I've seen what life is like without you, and I never want to go back. You're my heart's true home, and no one else can take that from me. Don't even think of letting anyone else into this place we've built together. Every moment with you feels like I've found my way back to something I've been searching for my whole life. You belong with me, and that truth remains constant, no matter the circumstances. When I think of everything I've experienced, I realize none of it compares to the way I feel when I'm with you. You belong with me, and no one else could ever make me feel this way. Love isn't about finding someone new. It's about holding on to the one who truly belongs with you. I've found that in you, and I'll never let anyone else take your place. In your eyes, I see my future, and it's one where you and I are always together. Don't let anyone else try to change that reality. You belong with me, and nothing will ever change that. The beauty of love lies in its certainty. I don't need to search anymore because you are the one who belongs with me now and forever. I've built my life around the moments we share, and in my heart, I know no one else could fit in the way you do. You belong with me, and I will never entertain the thought of anyone else stepping into this space. When I picture my life, you're always there beside me. You belong with me, and I can't imagine a reality where anyone else could ever take your place. In every whisper of the wind, in every silent moment, I hear your name. You belong with me, and no one else will ever come close to the way you make me feel. Sometimes you don't need to search for love because it's right in front of you. You belong with me, and that's a truth I will hold close forever. There's something unspoken between us, something that goes beyond words. You belong with me, and I won't allow anyone else to break the bond we share. I've never known a love so deep, so consuming. You are my one and only, and no one else will ever have a place in my heart. You belong with me. There's a fire in my heart that burns for you and only you. Don't even think about letting anyone else in. You are the only one who belongs with me. I used to dream of finding someone, but then I realized I don't have to look any further. You belong with me, and that's all I need to know. My heart beats for you, and there's no space for anyone else. You belong with me, and that's a feeling I will never let go of. You're the first thought in the morning and the last thought at night. You belong with me, and I can't even imagine a life where you're not right by my side. In a world full of fleeting connections, there's one thing I know for sure. You belong with me, and I'll never let anyone else take that away. You've shown me a love I never knew existed, and I can't bear the thought of anyone else being a part of it. You belong with me, and that's the only truth I need. There's something undeniable about the way we fit together. You belong with me, and no one else could ever make me feel the way you do. When I close my eyes, I see only you. You belong with me, and I'll never let anyone else claim a space in my heart. In this moment and every moment after, I know one thing for sure. You are the one who belongs with me, and no one else can ever take your place. I don't need to search for answers because you are the answer. You belong with me, and that's all I'll ever need. When I'm with you, the world disappears, and I realize how much I truly belong beside you. You belong with me, and there's no room for anyone else. The most beautiful part of love is knowing that you've found the one person who truly belongs with you. You are that person for me, and no one else can ever replace you. Every part of me is drawn to you, and I can't help but feel like you are where I belong. Don't even think of letting anyone else near me. I've never felt more at peace than when I'm with you. You belong with me, and no one else could ever make me feel this way. Love is not just a feeling, it's a connection that binds two souls. You belong with me, and nothing can ever change that. I don't need to look elsewhere, because you are all I'll ever need. You belong with me, and no one else can take that from us. Every time I think of you, I'm reminded of how perfectly we fit together. You belong with me, and that's something I'll never doubt. The thought of anyone else beside me seems impossible because you are the only one who truly belongs here. You belong with me always. In this life, there's no one else who understands me like you do. You belong with me, and I'll never let anyone else come between us. The more time passes, the more certain I become. You belong with me, and no one else will ever take that place in my heart. Sometimes we think we're supposed to search for love when, in reality, love has already found us. You belong with me, and no one else can ever make me feel the way you do. It's like our hearts already knew what the future was meant to be before we even met. In this world full of distractions and chaos, it's hard not to feel lost at times. But when I think of you, I'm reminded of the one place where I truly belong, right beside you. Don't let anyone else claim the space that's meant for us. There's a peace in knowing that no matter where life takes us, I always have you. I don't need anyone else because you are home to me. My thoughts are consumed by you, and my heart can't imagine a future without you. You've become my safe place, the one constant in a world that changes by the minute. Don't even think of letting anyone else in. You belong with me, and I am where I'm meant to be, right here with you. Some moments I find myself overwhelmed by how much I care for you. It's not just love, it's a knowing, an unshakable feeling that I belong with you, and no one else could ever take your place in my heart. We are bound by something beyond words, something more powerful than time. The thought of anyone else being close to you like I am seems impossible. You belong with me, and that will never change, no matter what. Even in the quietest of moments, when my thoughts drift away, they always seem to return to you. You are the center of my world, and there's no room for anyone else. Don't even think of letting anyone else take my place. You make sense of everything around me. In your presence, I feel whole, complete. There's no space for anyone else in my life because you're the one I've been waiting for all along. The more I think about it, the more I realize there's no one else who fits into the puzzle of my heart the way you do. You belong with me, and no matter how loud the world gets, nothing can change that. There's a clarity that comes with love, a certainty that no one else can take your place. You belong with me, and even in moments of doubt, I'm reminded that no one else has the power to replace you in my life. My heart is quiet when I think of you, but when I think of someone else, it feels restless. I've never felt so sure of anything in my life. You belong with me, and no one else could ever fit into my life the way you do. The universe has a funny way of aligning everything. I was always meant to be with you, and no one else can ever take that away. My feelings are constant, and the thought of anyone else beside me doesn't even make sense. I've searched for meaning in so many places, only to realize that the only place where everything truly makes sense is when I'm with you. No one else can fill the space beside me. You belong with me now and always. There's no force strong enough to pull me away from you. You are the person who anchors me, who keeps me grounded, and I can't imagine life without you. Don't let anyone else step into a space that only belongs to me. I don't need to search for anyone else because you've always been the one. You are my thoughts, my heart, and my soul. You belong with me, and no one can ever replace the love we share. There's a peace that comes when you realize the person you belong with has already been right beside you. No one else fits into my life the way you do, and I can't fathom a reality without you. I used to think that love was about finding someone, but I've realized that it's about keeping the person who belongs with you close. You belong with me, and I'll never let anyone else near my heart. In the silence of my thoughts, there's only one person I can't stop thinking about. You. You belong with me, and I couldn't imagine sharing my heart with anyone else, even if the world begged me to. I've never been more sure of anything than I am about this. You and I belong together. Don't even think about letting anyone else come between us, because this connection is something no one can break. The more I reflect on it, the more I realize how complete I feel when I'm with you. You belong with me, and no one else could ever fill the place you've carved in my heart. It's as though the universe has conspired to bring us together, and now that we're here, there's no room for anyone else. You belong with me, and that truth echoes in my thoughts every moment. I don't need anyone else when I have you. My heart knows where it belongs, and that's with you. Don't even think about letting anyone else in. The space beside me has already been claimed. The thought of you always calms my heart, and I realize I don't need anything or anyone else. You belong with me, and I'll never let anyone else take your place.